To act as if you've already won is not simply a matter of hopeful fantasy. It is an act of faith, not in a distant outcome, but in the very nature of the struggle itself. There is a deep, quiet confidence that one must cultivate, a knowing that triumph is not just some future event, but an inherent part of who you are and what you are doing right now. Living with confidence in the present, acting as though victory has already been claimed. The future is, after all, shaped by what we do in the here and now. What would happen if we stopped waiting for a sign to tell us that we've made it? What if, instead, we began to live as if we've already arrived at our destination, as if everything we have worked for has already come to fruition? The truth is that this way of thinking doesn't require a change in circumstance, it requires a shift in mindset. It is not the world that must change, but our perception of it, and more importantly, our perception of ourselves. The act of living with confidence in the present is the act of believing that victory is not a distant concept, but a present reality. This mindset transforms the way we approach life. When we live as though we've already won, we stop waiting for external validation. We no longer look for permission from others to act, to speak, or to pursue our goals. We become the living proof of our aspirations. The person who has already succeeded does not wait for the green light. They move forward with purpose, regardless of the external signals they receive. This is not arrogance, it is self-assurance. It is the quiet conviction that we are capable, deserving, and already walking the path of our own success. The key here is the realization that our actions are not simply reactions to what happens in the world around us. They are the embodiment of the future we wish to create. When we step into our lives with this kind of assurance, living as though you've already won means giving yourself permission to act with courage. For those who act as though they've already won, every obstacle is simply an opportunity to prove the strength of their resolve. They do not wait for the moment when things are easy to begin moving forward. They move forward in the midst of difficulty because they know that this is the only way to truly grow. This attitude also has a profound effect on how others perceive us. Confidence is magnetic. When we approach life with the belief that we have already succeeded, others begin to see us as successful, regardless of where we are in our journey. There is a subtle but powerful shift that occurs when we stop presenting ourselves as works in progress and instead present ourselves as individuals who are already living in alignment with their dreams. People are naturally drawn to this energy because it signals certainty and purpose. They see someone who knows where they're headed and who is not waiting for permission to take the next step. The way we carry ourselves speaks volumes. If we are constantly waiting for the world to give us approval before we act, we create an energy of hesitation and doubt. By living as though we have already succeeded, we create an atmosphere of possibility and encouragement for others to do the same. Living with confidence in the present does not mean ignoring the reality of setbacks or challenges. It does not mean pretending that things are always easy or that there are no obstacles in our way. It simply means understanding that our circumstances do not define us. Our circumstances are temporary. We no longer see failure as a final destination, but as part of the learning process that ultimately leads us to where we need to be. Moreover, this mindset shifts the way we experience time. Time often feels like an enemy when we are waiting for something to happen. We may think that our dreams are too far off in the future to be reached, and that we must endure endless waiting until that moment comes. But when we live with the belief that we have already succeeded, time becomes irrelevant. We no longer feel as though we are running out of time, or that success is slipping through our fingers. Instead, we realize that every moment is an opportunity to reinforce our belief in the success we have already claimed. Time becomes our ally, not because we have mastered it, but because we have learned to embrace it fully, without the anxiety of an uncertain future. To act as though you have already won is not to be complacent or passive. It is not to rest on your laurels, nor to stop striving for greater things. It is to approach every moment with a sense of clarity and purpose. It is to believe, right now, that the victory is already yours, and to live in a way that aligns with that belief. This doesn't mean ignoring the effort and persistence required to achieve goals. Rather, it means choosing to act as though the result is inevitable, because you are doing the work with confidence and joy, knowing that every step you take is leading you closer to what you've already claimed. In this way, confidence in the present becomes a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. The victory lies not in the final outcome, but in the way we approach the present moment. Belief is one of the most powerful forces we can harness. It shapes our actions, our mindset, and our very experience of life. When you trust in the future, when you believe that success is not just a possibility but an inevitable outcome, something extraordinary happens. You begin to live as though that success is already a reality. The person who acts with this kind of confidence is not waiting for validation or proof that things will work out. Instead, they take action as though the future is already certain, and in doing so, they make that future happen. The power of belief lies in the way it influences everything you do. When you truly believe in the possibility of success, it's as though you have already crossed the finish line in your mind. Your mind is no longer focused on the obstacles that lie ahead. It is focused on the outcome, on the certainty that you will succeed. This belief becomes the foundation upon which your actions are built. It is this inner confidence that propels you forward, even in moments of doubt or uncertainty. Living as though you have already won is an act of self-assurance, a deep trust in your own abilities. The person who believes in their future doesn't hesitate at the crossroads of decisions. They move forward with clarity and purpose. They know that every choice they make now is a part of the inevitable unfolding of their success. They trust that every step, even the small ones, is leading them in the right direction. When you live with this kind of belief, your mindset shifts. Instead of seeing setbacks as signs of failure, you begin to see them as necessary steps in the journey. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to refine your approach. Belief removes the fear of failure because it reframes failure as a process, not an end. In the same way that a sculptor chisels away at stone to reveal a masterpiece, every challenge you face is shaping you into the person you need to become to fully realize your success. This belief in yourself and your future, people, opportunities, and circumstances that align with your vision begin to appear. The world responds to your confidence and moves in ways that support your journey. When you walk with certainty, the road opens up before you. Moreover, belief in success encourages you to take risks. Fear of failure often holds us back, keeping us in our comfort zones and preventing us from reaching our full potential. But when you believe that victory is already yours, you become more willing to step out of that comfort zone. The fear of failure loses its power because you no longer see risk as something to be avoided. You see it as a necessary part of your growth and your journey towards success. You understand that risk is not a danger, but an opportunity to accelerate your progress and refine your vision. In the moments when doubt creeps in, when you begin to question whether you are on the right path, the belief in your success is what will keep you going. It is in these moments that you must act as though you have already won, because it is through consistent action and unshakable belief that you will prove to yourself and the world that your success is not just a distant dream, but an inevitable reality. Every small action you take builds the foundation for the larger success you seek. It is this constant belief in your future, coupled with action, that makes victory not just a possibility, but a certainty. Living with the belief that you have already succeeded also shifts the way you experience time. Instead of waiting for a distant future, you begin to recognize that the future you desire is being created in every moment of your presence. The more you believe in your future, the more you act in alignment with that belief, and the more your reality begins to reflect the success you've already envisioned. Belief is not just a passive feeling, it's an active force that propels you into action. When you believe that success is already yours, your actions become more confident, more purposeful, and more aligned with your goals. The belief you hold in your future shapes the person you are becoming today, and in doing so, it shapes the world around you. As you live with this belief, you create an environment that reflects the victory you know you've already achieved. Success is no longer something that is waiting for you. It is something you are actively creating in this very moment through your unwavering belief in what is to come. Success is not something that simply happens to us. It is something we create, something we must work toward with determination, focus, and, perhaps most importantly, action. Many people believe that success is a product of waiting for the right moment, waiting for the perfect circumstances, waiting for the approval of others. They believe that success will simply arrive when all the stars align. But in reality, success is born from action. It is not something that will fall into your lap. It is something you must actively pursue. And the most powerful way to pursue success is by living as though you have already achieved it. When you live as if you've already won, your actions take on a new quality. They are not hesitating or tentative. They are decisive and full of purpose. The person who has already succeeded doesn't wait for external circumstances to dictate their actions. They act boldly, knowing that their success is inevitable. It is this confidence in their future that fuels their present actions. They don't stand still, hoping that someday success will come. They move forward with the assurance that each step they take is one step closer to realizing their dream. The power of action lies in its ability to transform our circumstances. It is easy to feel stuck, to feel as though success is something distant or unreachable. But when you take action as though success is already yours, you begin to change the very fabric of your life. You move beyond the realm of passive waiting and into the realm of active creation. Every decision you make, every task you undertake, becomes a part of the process that leads you to where you want to be. In this way, action is not merely a means to an end. It is a key part of the success itself. The act of living as though you've already won creates a momentum that propels you forward. It shifts your mindset from one of uncertainty and hesitation to one of clarity and purpose. When you believe that success is already yours, you stop second-guessing your decisions. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop waiting toward your goals with unwavering focus, and it is this unstoppable momentum that turns dreams into reality. Every action you take builds upon the last, creating a chain of events that leads you closer to your goals. This is why it's so important to take action consistently. Even when the results are not immediately visible, the person who acts as though they have already won knows that the path to success is not always linear. There will be challenges, setbacks, and obstacles along the way. But they also know that these are not signs of failure. They are simply part of the process that leads to victory. The power of action is not just about what you do, but also about how you do it. When you act as though you've already won, the more you act with confidence. Moreover, when you live with a mindset of already having won, you approach challenges with a different perspective. By acting as though you've already won, you develop resilience in the face of adversity. You become someone who is not easily deterred, because you know that every setback is just a part of the process that leads to success. This perspective also transforms how you experience time. People often feel as though time is running out, that they are on a tight schedule to achieve their goals. This pressure can cause them to feel rushed, to make hasty decisions, or to give up before they've fully given their efforts a chance. But when you live as though you've already won, time is no longer an enemy. You stop worrying about when success will come, because you know it is already in motion. Time becomes a friend, a companion on the journey. You understand that every moment is an opportunity to take another step forward, to continue building the foundation of your success. Living with the mindset of already having won also shifts your relationship with others. When you act as though you've already achieved your goals, you begin to attract the right people into your life. Success has a magnetic quality. When you live with confidence and clarity, others begin to see you as someone who is capable and destined for greatness. People are drawn to those who exude certainty and purpose. They want to be a part of your journey, to support you in your endeavors. This is not because you have achieved something external, but because you carry the energy of someone who is already a success. Your actions, fueled by your belief in your own victory, inspire others to believe in themselves as well. Ultimately, the power of action lies in its ability to create change. When you live as though you've already won, your actions become the catalyst that brings your success into existence. Every choice you make, every step you take, is a building block in the creation of your future. It is through this consistent, purposeful action that you move closer to your goals and make your dreams a reality. Success is not something that happens to you. It is something you actively create through every decision, every action, and every moment of your life. By acting as though you have already won, you align your actions with your goals, and in doing so, you bring those goals into being. Acting as though you've already won has a profound impact on your internal world. It reshapes how you view yourself, your abilities, and your potential. When you begin to live as though success is already yours, you shift from being someone who is striving for something to someone who has already achieved it. This inner transformation is what allows you to truly embody the success you desire. It isn't about pretending to be something you're not. It's about aligning your mindset with the person you are becoming. The more you act with the belief that you've already succeeded, the more you begin to realize the fullness of your own potential. At the heart of this transformation is a shift in how you see your own worth. When you act as though you've already won, you stop questioning whether you are worthy of success. Instead, you fully embrace the truth that you are deserving of it. This doesn't mean that success comes easily or without effort. Rather, it means you stop waiting for external validation and start validating your own journey. You realize that the person you are today is more than capable of achieving the things you desire, and you no longer feel the need to prove your worth to others. The act of embodying success also changes the way you interact with the world. When you see yourself as already victorious, your interactions with others become more confident and purposeful. You stop second-guessing yourself or holding back your ideas because you know they are valuable. When you carry yourself as though you have already won, you create an atmosphere of trust and respect. Others begin to treat you in the way that you treat yourself, and that respect fosters even more growth. This shift also changes the way you approach challenges. Life is full of difficulties, and setbacks are inevitable. But when you act as though you've already won, you no longer view these obstacles as roadblocks. Instead, you see them as opportunities to grow stronger, to refine your approach, and to continue learning. You realize that every challenge is part of the process. As though you've already won, and instead of feeling discouraged, you also begin to develop a sense of gratitude for where you are, resilience and determination. You don't let every setback on what you lack or what you simply become another chapter in your ongoing story. You begin to appreciate everything that has led you to this point. You see the value in the journey itself. It's not just the end goal that matters, but the experiences, the lessons, and the growth along the way. When you embrace the idea that you've already won, you are able to find contentment in the process, knowing that every step you take is leading you closer to your vision of success. This inner transformation, rooted in the belief that you've already succeeded, also impacts your capacity to take bold action. Success requires courage, and courage often comes from a sense of self-assurance. When you act as though you've already won, you are no longer paralyzed by fear or doubt. You trust that you are capable of overcoming any challenges, and you know that each action you take is a step closer to the result you desire. This confidence propels you forward, giving you the strength to take risks, make decisions, and keep moving, even when the outcome is uncertain. Ultimately, this shift in your internal world allows you to become the person who naturally attracts success. When you begin to believe that success is already yours, you start acting in ways that align with that belief. You become a magnet for success because you are already living as though you have it. The person who believes they are already successful is always moving forward with purpose and clarity. The more you act in this way, the more your external reality starts to reflect the inner transformation you've made.